Hi guys, Southern Tier Prepper here. As promised, I will try to start uploading more videos on a regular basis. Help us get to 100 subscribers on our channel, and since we already have 1,000 followers on the Facebook page, then I will be able to have our giveaway of something either homegrown or homemade by me. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of our mess, basically. There's always some sort of project going on a homestead, and they're very rarely ever neat and Pinterest perfect. So today I'm going to be walking you through our wood shed and how we have our wood stove heat set up. Our setup is a little bit different in that we don't have our wood stove in our main living quarters. I do have a small cooktop coal stove in the house, and we also have a fuel oil furnace as well. So again, the rule of three, you know, we have backups on backups. We have our fuel oil furnace, and of course we have generators that we could run that if we have to. We have our coal cook stove that helps take the chill out of inside the house and that I can cook on inside. I can also cook on our gas range, but that's, you know, propane dependent, and I can't use the oven when the power is out. And then we also have this setup here that is a little unique. So I'll walk you in. We're in the process of upgrading right now. So right now it's empty. There's actually not a wood stove in here. There's a tinder box. We put all of our kindling and cardboard and newspapers in there. I believe that's made out of fire-rated plywood. My husband made that. I couldn't tell you that absolutely for sure, but we've never had any problems with it catching on fire. So it's pulled out from the wall right now so we could clean and sweep around there. But what makes this really unique and awesome is that's where the wood stove usually goes. Now, we had a wood stove in here that we've been using for years, but we were gifted a much bigger and hopefully much more efficient one. So right now we're in the process of emptying this out and cleaning it up so we can move that bigger wood stove in here. And then we'll have the smaller one as a backup in case, you know, this one should ever crack or something should go wrong with it. Or if we have to depend on solely wood heat, if SHTF and we can't get any more coal for inside, then we can always move the bigger one, or I'm sorry, the older one into where the coal stove is and use that. So what you see here behind the pipe is a hearth board. Now most people have that on the floor right here, but we've kind of used it as a sort of like a heat reflector for that back area behind the wood stove right there, just as an extra layer of protection for the plywood and drywall that's in here. And then what we do is we have these steel plates on pipes that go under the wood stove. And it works really well, protects the floor from any coals or ashes or embers that, you know, come out. The little holes in there kind of can be an issue, but then over here you'll see we always keep a couple little bottles of water and stuff to just splash just in case any little coals or anything go down those holes in the metal plate. This isn't pretty. It's a woodshed. So, you know, like I said, nothing is Pinterest perfect around here, but it works. We've got a couple of jars of old lard that sometimes we use for fire starting, especially when it's really humid or the wood's gotten wet outside. Our lighters, a couple extra fire bricks, kindling splitter, and the new hat that's going to go up on the roof for the chimney. Now over here along this wall where we have the plates right now, that's where we usually keep about a face quart of wood stacked at all times. We usually have to fill it up or top it off, you know, once or twice a week when we're burning a lot of wood. We try not to use our fuel oil furnace as much as possible because that stuff gets expensive and it's not getting any cheaper. So, you know, we try to keep that to a minimum if at all possible. Hose reel comes in handy. We don't have pigs and cows right now, but when we did and we'd have to fill the stock tank, we would hang the hose in here after we were done filling the stock tanks so that it could drain and not freeze because a frozen hose is no fun. And then here we've got the door. The kids like to play tic-tac-toe on the wall because, again, it's just a woodshed. And then over here is what makes this so unique. So we have a squirrel cage fan with some duct work going down. And this duct work actually ties into the duct work in our house. And if you look up here, there's the fan, and then we've got this cool little device right here. See if I can zoom in on it, right there. And that is a low limit. And what that does is we have it set to a certain temperature. And once this shed gets up to a certain temperature, it'll start blowing that hot air from the shed down through the ductwork and through our house. And then at night, or if we're away and the fire goes out and the temperature gets below a certain level, then that fan will kick off and it won't be pumping cold air through our house. The first couple of years that we were here, we would wake up in the middle of the night and the house would be freezing. We could see our breath. And what had happened was the the wood stove had gone out, and so it was pumping cold air all through the house because we would have to manually shut off this fan from the breaker in the house or come out here and shut it off. So now we don't have that problem. So now at night when it runs out and it drops below a certain temperature in here, this fan shuts off, and as the house gets cooler, we have the fuel oil furnace set at a certain temperature, and that will kick on. So we never wake up to a cold house anymore, which is really awesome. So with the new upgraded wood stove, it has a lot higher capacity. Hopefully, we won't have to have the fuel oil furnace kick on. We're hoping that that will burn all night and help us out there. So we have, a hook for hanging up any tools and things, lots of shelving. I like to bring in our boxes of fire starters that we've made homemade. They'll either go on the shelf or in the tinder box. And we also have a wire up here to use for, and that hole in the pipe will be flashed in, or in the roof, I mean. We have a wire up here that I can actually hang and dry herbs in here. I do a lot of indoor growing, and sometimes it just gets to be too much, and you've got to sort of thin out the jungle. So I'll bring herbs in here to dry. I'll either wire them up or put them up on a clothesline, and that works really well. We can also convert this into a smokehouse if we need to. It's as easy as unplugging the squirrel cage fan that blows into the house. Unplug that and put a plate between the fan and the ductwork so that none of the smoke kind of seeps in. And we can start a fire in the wood stove and just, leave the door cracked open just a little bit and keep an eye on it. Get a low smoldering fire in there for coal smoking, or we could even hang things up in here or put them on a rack for hot smoking if we wanted to. So I also have some wood stove cooking accessories that we'll get into for another time. Right now I have them in by the coal stove. Still debating on how I want to do that video, but it will be coming up soon. So thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. Share with your friends. Once we get to 100 subscribers, I'll be holding that giveaway. I'm still trying to figure out the whole, random generators, but it will need to be somebody who's both subscribed and follows the Facebook page. So check out the Facebook page. It's Southern Tier Prepper. Invite your friends. Put any questions or comments you have down in the comments. I will read them all. And let me know what you think, what you're doing to get prepared, and how I can help you. So thanks for watching. Do your research and prep on.